Every sunrise carries a quiet promise, a new chance to see the world with fresh eyes. The sky paints itself in shades of gold and crimson, reminding us that nature is the first and greatest artist. We often rush through mornings, but if we pause for a moment, we can hear life itself breathing through the wind, the rustle of trees, and the rhythm of waves. Art begins there, in observation, in awareness, in stillness. To create is not merely to produce something beautiful, but to capture a fragment of truth, a reflection of emotion, a whisper of the soul. Whether it is a brush touching canvas, a pen gliding on paper, or a melody flowing through silence, creation is the dialogue between the inner world and the outer one. Every artist knows the language of patience. It takes time to blend colors, to balance light and shadow, to turn an idea into form. In that process, art teaches us humility. It teaches us to wait, to feel, and to listen. The world around us is an endless gallery. Every stone, every face, every cloud has its own story. When we truly see, not just look, we begin to paint without even lifting a brush. Creativity does not demand perfection. It asks for sincerity. A single honest stroke can speak louder than 1,000 polished ones. In the journey of creation, doubt often visits. Am I good enough? Will anyone understand? But art is not about approval. It is about expression. Even silence, when expressed with truth, becomes powerful. What matters most is that your art carries your spirit, your signature beyond your name. Technology has changed how we create and share. Digital art, design, and sound all have opened new dimensions of imagination. But the essence remains the same, a connection between heart and hand, emotion and expression. Art will always belong to those who dare to feel deeply. Sometimes creation happens in solitude, sometimes in collaboration. But every artist in some form walks a sacred path to translate emotion into experience, to bring form to what words cannot describe, to make the invisible visible. Look at a waterfall. Its movement, its rhythm, its roar, that's nature's own brush stroke. Look at a night sky filled with stars. That's the universe painting in infinite pixels of light. And when you close your eyes and imagine, that is your inner universe creating worlds unseen. Art and life are reflections of each other. The more deeply we live, the more deeply we create. And the more we create, the more fully we live. Even failure becomes a color, a necessary shade in the grand composition of growth. The artist's heart is both fragile and fearless. It breaks to feel, and it feels to heal. Every creation is a journey from uncertainty to clarity, from chaos to harmony. And when it's complete, it carries within it a story of time, patience, and love. As I speak these words, imagine your own canvas, vast, waiting, and alive. You hold the brush. You choose the colors. You decide where the light falls. That is the power of creation. The power to give meaning, to awaken beauty, to leave something behind that speaks long after you are gone. So whether you are an artist, a thinker, or a dreamer, remember this. The world does not need more noise. It needs more depth. It needs more art that comes from the heart. Because in the end, everything fades, but art remains. Sometimes we forget we are not just living life, we are creating it. Every choice we make is a stroke on the canvas of existence. Every thought, every word, every emotion leaves a color behind. When life feels uncertain, when the path ahead seems blurred, pause. Breathe. Listen. Because silence speaks. It tells us that growth often happens in stillness, not in movement. The wind that bends a tree does not break it. It teaches it how to dance. In the same way, challenges do not destroy us. They shape us. Like a sculptor chiseling stone, they reveal the form hidden within. And in that realization, art and life become one. A brushstroke can teach patience. A melody can awaken compassion. A single line of poetry can heal a heart that words failed to reach. Creation is not always loud. Sometimes it is as quiet as a sigh, as gentle as a thought. True art doesn't always hang in galleries or echo in grand halls. Sometimes it lives in a child's drawing, in an elder's wrinkled smile, in the devotion of hands that build, cook, or care. When we act with awareness, even the simplest act becomes art. Walking becomes rhythm. Speaking becomes poetry. Breathing becomes prayer. Art is not just for the artist. It is the natural expression of being alive. The entire universe is creative energy in motion. Look at how stars are born, how rivers carve valleys, how seeds burst into trees. Everything around us is in a dance of creation and dissolution. A cosmic artwork, ever-changing. In that vastness, we are both the observer and the observed, the painter and the painting, the sound and the silence. To create something beautiful, we must first feel beauty within. To paint peace, we must know peace. To express love, we must live love. That is why every great artist is also a seeker. Seek clarity, not perfection. Seek depth, not applause. Seek truth, for that is the essence of all great art. And remember, no creation is wasted. Every attempt, every unfinished sketch, every idea left behind, it all becomes part of your journey. Art does not end when the painting is complete. It continues in the eyes of the one who sees it. in the heart of the one who feels it, and in the silence that follows. So speak, sing, draw, write, dance, meditate. Let your life itself become your masterpiece. And when you finally rest, when the brush falls, when the music fades, the world will still hear your vibration echoing softly through time. Because art, when born from the soul, never dies. What is Samadhi? It is not a place, not a posture, not even a moment in time. It is the dissolving of all boundaries, the quiet union of the seeker and the sought. When the waves become still, you can see the depth of the ocean. When thoughts settle, you can see the depth of the self. We spend our lives chasing names, forms, achievements, but beyond the noise of becoming, there is the simplicity of being. Samadhi is that silence where all questions end and only awareness remains. It cannot be spoken, it cannot be shown, it can only be experienced. The yogi does not seek escape, he seeks expansion. He learns to sit amidst chaos and still find the unmoving center. He learns that peace is not found in the absence of sound, but in harmony with it. Within each of us lies that same divine pulse, a vibration that connects us to all that ever was and all that will ever be. When the breath flows evenly through both nostrils, when Ida and Pingala find balance, Shushumna awakens. And in that instant, time loses its grip. The mind becomes a mirror, clear, infinite, reflecting nothing but truth. This is Samadhi, the awakening of consciousness. Some call it Shiva, some call it Vishnu, some call it Ishvara, some call it light. Anyone may call it anything, but names are merely shadows of the experience. The truth itself is beyond sound, beyond sight, beyond self. In this vast stillness, there is no I, no you, no they. Only existence, boundless, silent, eternal. And yet it is not emptiness, it is fullness. Love in its purest form, unconditioned, unwavering, untouched. The ancients said, "He who sees all beings in himself and himself in all beings never turns away from truth." That is the realization of Samadhi, not the end of the journey, but the beginning of true seeing. Every sunrise, every breath, every moment holds the possibility of awakening. We don't need to escape the world, we need to see it as it truly is. Look closely. The divine is not somewhere far away, it is in the rhythm of your heart. In the stillness between two thoughts. In the silence after the last word fades. The path is within. The light is within. The universe is within. And when you finally turn inward, you realize you were never separate at all. You were the ocean, pretending to be a wave. That is Samadhi.
Now, let's talk about the painting, Samadhi. This painting represents a realm that transcends logical thinking. Words alone cannot define Samadhi. It must be experienced. As a yoga practitioner, I chose to express what little I have understood about it through art. On the left side of the painting, one can see the ancient lifestyle. Gurukula teachings, temples, horse carts, and messenger pigeons. On the right side, the modern lifestyle is depicted. High-rise buildings, rockets, airplanes, fast trains, cars, bridges, gaming, television, mobile phones, and even a homeless person. Many say that the ancient lifestyle was more conducive to realizing one's higher potential and understanding the secrets of the universe or the supreme entity. But this artwork conveys a deeper truth. Wherever you are, in any place, time, or situation, if you are truly willing, you can realize the ultimate. Like a lotus that blooms in muddy water yet remains untouched by it, the seeker can awaken to truth regardless of surroundings. At the center sits a meditating figure, symbolically placed upon the earth, specifically on the sacred land of Bharat, India, in the Himalayan region, the cradle of spirituality and the elevation of human consciousness. This painting reminds us that the environment is never the barrier, it is the mind. Whether one is born into wealth or poverty, this is not a mistake of the Creator. It is our limited understanding of purpose that causes suffering. Riches do not guarantee peace. One may dwell in a mansion yet remain restless, while another on the street may live in bliss. The essence of life lies in seeking and striving for truth. For this purpose, our ancestors gifted us the schools of yoga. Yoga is not something we merely do, it is something we become. Just as we say, Shubha Yoga means an auspicious time, or Madhuve Yoga means the best time for marriage. In the same way, when we live by yogic methods, life itself becomes auspicious. The schools of yoga include Karma Yoga, the path of action; Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion; Jnana Yoga, the path of wisdom; Hatha Yoga, the path of discipline; Mantra Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, and many others, all ultimately leading toward Raj Yoga, the mastery of the mind. Within the human body exist 6 chakras, and the 7th, Sahasrara. The chakras, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, and Agnya, are aligned along the spinal column and connected to the brain. Each has its own Bij mantra, color, shape, number of petals, and Sanskrit letters, all depicted in this painting according to classical yogic references. For instance, the Mooladhara chakra carries the mantra Lam, represented inside a square with 4 yellow petals. The Vishuddhi chakra holds the Swaraksharas A, E, up to and Ah. The other chakras contain the Vyanjanaksharas, the consonants. When we chant mantras,
sing bhajans, or utter sacred sounds, these vibrations resonate within the nadis, gradually activating the inner energy, Kundalini Shakti. Kundalini is described as Shakti, while Sahasrara represents Shiva. When Shakti ascends and unites with Shiva, the union becomes Shiva Shakti, the ultimate realization. Therefore, we must not forget the importance of our local languages, all of which carry sacred vibrations derived from Sanskrit. English is necessary for worldly communication, but our mother tongues are necessary for inner growth. That is why our ancestors named children after deities. Each time the name is uttered, it invokes a divine vibration that nourishes inner energies. The body has 72,000 nadis, or infinitely more, among which 3 are most vital. Ida Nadi, the Chandra Nadi, linked to the left nostril, representing calmness and cooling energy. Pingala Nadi, the Surya Nadi, linked to the right nostril, representing activity and heat. Sushumna Nadi, the central channel running through the spinal cord, representing balance and the pathway of spiritual ascent. Normally, the flow of prana alternates between the left and right nostrils. Sometimes Ida dominates, sometimes Pingala. Rarely is the flow equal. True yogic practice aims to channel prana through Sushumna, for it is through this path that higher consciousness awakens. There are 3 sacred transitional periods in a day known as Sandhi Kalas. 1. Brahma Muhurta, before sunrise. 2. Madhyana Sandhya, around noon. 3rd Sandhya Kala, during sunset. During these periods, prana naturally flows through the Sushumna Nadi for a brief duration. These are the most powerful times for meditation, pranayama, japa, or any spiritual practice, as the dual forces of Ida and Pingala momentarily balance, allowing the seeker to experience deep inner stillness. That is why our ancestors advised waking up early, studying, exercising, or engaging in any important or creative task during these sacred hours. Because the flow of prana is naturally harmonious and conducive to clarity and awakening. When the Sushumna opens naturally, even without deliberate effort, one may feel a sense of lightness, silence, and effortless awareness, a fleeting glimpse of samadhi. At the base of the spine, below the Muladhara, lies the dormant Kundalini Shakti, shown as a 3.5 coiled serpent. When awakened, it rises through each chakra, leading to profound realizations. When it reaches the Sahasrara, the seeker transcends body consciousness and merges with the infinite, Shiva. Samadhi has many stages, the primary being Sabija with seed and Nirbija without seed. In Sabija Samadhi, one retains a faint awareness of the body and individuality. In Nirbija Samadhi, all identification dissolves. The seeker's consciousness merges entirely with the Supreme, a state beyond return. Samadhi is not an escape, but an expansion, a knowing of the universe without the use of sensory organs. It is perceiving without eyes, hearing without ears, and realizing without thought. The merging of Jivatma with Paramatma. In the artwork, the solar system is shown with the meditator seated on earth. The supreme entity, Ishvara is symbolically represented as Shiva, accompanied by Parvati and a cow, to convey that the Supreme cannot be confined by gender, form, or species. The divine is beyond all attributes and not bound by time. In Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, Ishvara, the supreme entity, is described as the purest consciousness, untouched by karma, afflictions, or temporal limitations. The blue complexion of Shiva, with red and green tones on either side of the face, represents the dual energies of Pingala, sun and fire, and Ida, moon and calmness. When the breath dominates in the left nostril, the mind becomes calm. When it dominates in the right, it becomes active or aggressive. Balancing both leads to inner stillness, the entry into Sushumna, and from there into Samadhi. Ultimately, this painting reflects the true purpose of human life, not merely to achieve success, but to realize the highest within. When awareness transcends the senses and the mind, one becomes Purushottama, the supreme version of oneself. In ordinary states, our knowledge is limited, but in Samadhi, nothing remains unknown, and yet nothing needs to be known. It is the state of completeness, peace, and eternal union with the Source. Thank you for watching. This painting explanation is what little I know about Samadhi. It may not be perfect, but it is my heartfelt expression of understanding through art.